Welcome to Classic Quest. In this show, we're going to relive some video game memories, so without any further delay, let's get it started with an entry from the Mega Man Classic series. Mega Man 3. To me, it seems like this game is a bit overshadowed by the previous entry in the franchise, Mega Man 2. Of course, the second game in the Blue Bombers Classic series is considered one of the best platformers ever made. It also has some of the best music in a video game. But Mega Man 3 added plenty to the mix, including sliding, the robot dog sidekick Rush, and the resident badass of the early Mega Man games, Proto Man. So let's start this out. The intro music to this game is epic, one of the best tunes in Mega Man, and there are plenty to choose from when it comes to that. The only problem with the introduction is the fact that it's missing a cool animation like Mega Man 2. It's just a title screen, but still, it's a great song. There's a feeling that this game is easier than the earlier Mega Man entries in the series, and I can see that. This was the first Mega Man game I actually beat when I was a kid, so I feel like it would be a good starting point for someone entering the series for the first time. The mechanics in this game still feel fresh after 20 years. Adding a few new things really helps, such as the slide and rush, although you can kind of see rush as the evolution of the items you get in Mega Man 2. But top spin is useless, except against Shadow Man, and the final boss for some reason. Now, the story in Mega Man games is usually very similar to the last. In 3, Dr. Wily has built 8 new Master Robots and stolen a giant robot named Gamma from Dr. Light. Run-of-the-mill Mega Man story. But what makes 3 so special is the introduction of Proto Man, Mega Man's badass brother. He's kind of like the Zero of the Classic series. Throughout the game, you fight Proto Man to advance through some of the Robot Master's stages, except for one point where the two brothers stare at each other in Gemini Man's stage. I'm not sure if it's his stage in particular, or if it's just the last encounter with him, depending on how you play the stages, but either way, it's a cool moment in the game. The satisfaction of defeating a Robot Master and hearing that music still resonates after all these years. There's something about platformers and muscle memory. I remember learning all these patterns to these levels and boss fights when I was a kid, and it still resides in my thumbs. But this music, I still listen to this music. Soundtracks for Mega Man games were always memorable, but 3 and 2 as well are just the best, just catchy as hell. The only game in recent memory that has an earbug type soundtrack, similar to Mega Man games, is Super Meat Boy. After defeating the 8 Robot Masters, you have to play through 4 more stages, and fight all the bosses from Mega Man 2 in the form of the Dark Master. I always felt like this was a tough part of the game. But then we move on to Dr. Wily's Castle, which I noticed they spell with an E in this game. English translation problems, I guess. This castle seems easier than others in the series, but it's a fun ride nonetheless. I forgot about the Mega Man clone machine where you have to fight 3 clones of yourself. Then there are a couple more moves here and there, and we defeat the last boss. The ending kind of kicks off Proto Man as a character and his story within the series, as he saves Mega Man and then disappears. Then we get one of those great 8-bit endings. The Mega Man franchise is one of my favorites, and this game in particular was the first Mega Man game I ever owned. The Blue Bomber is kind of having a rough patch at the moment with the cancellation of Mega Man Universe and a new Legends game for the 3DS, which I feel is a huge shame. But he's always going to be the poster boy for Capcom, so here's to Mega Man.